Hi, I'm Brian with Renegade RV Customer Service, and I'm going to show you how to de-winterize your coach today. The first thing I always do is I come in the coach and make sure all my drains are open and all my faucets are closed. So I would pull all the drains out, make sure all the faucets are closed. I would go throughout the coach, do all the showers, the drains, double check the toilets, make sure there's nothing obstructing any of those, and then we would go under to the fresh tank. The next thing I would do is I would access our fresh tank. It's under the bed in this unit. So we would open this up and we would get in, and I'm going to close the dump valve on my fresh tank where it had been open for the winter. Then I'm going to come to the water pump and turn the winterizing valve so it's no longer drawing through to winterize. Now we're ready to go outside and actually put water to the coach. In our next step, we're going to come and find our wet bay, and we're going to make sure that our dump valves are closed on our black, gray tanks as well as our low point drain. Our low point drain is right here, and it's just a normal faucet that we close. We're going to want to make sure that our black and gray tanks are closed. These do say closed, but I always recommend cycling them to be sure of that. And then I would do a visual at the tanks themselves. These are the valves that we're making sure are closed. I also want to make sure the cap is on the dump itself. This is the black tank. This is our gray tank. We know everything's closed now, so we're ready to hook up water and actually go ahead and de-winterize our coach. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and hook up our water. We'll pull out our city hose, connect it to our water source, and then make sure that we have selected city water. On some units, it's possible you have to open the bypass valve to the water filter right here. Now we have water flowing, we can go inside and flush our lines. Now that we've established all of our drains are closed and our low point is closed and we've hooked up water, we can go inside and start flushing the system. So if the coach has been winterized properly, the first fluid you see come out will be pink. I always run it on medium, so I'm mixing hot and cold, so I'm flushing both lines at the same time. You will want to let this run till your water runs clear. That way you'll know all the antifreeze is out of this faucet. It's normal to get the spitting, that's just the air in the line. The water is now pushing the air out as well as the antifreeze. And as you can see, it's now starting to run clear. Rinse out all your antifreeze so you don't get any of the residual laying in the sink. We'll then move to the mid bath. We'll flush the toilet till that is clear water, and we'll do the same at the sink here. Again, I run my water in the center, so I'm emptying both lines at the same time, the hot and the cold. And now we'll do the same at the shower. The next step will be to make sure you run a cycle through your washing machine to get any antifreeze out of that. Run it on warm water, and that way you will make sure you rinse out both lines. Any cycle will work. The last thing inside will be your dishwasher if you have one, and your refrigerator. This unit does not have a dishwasher, but you would do the same thing. You would just run a cycle through that on warm water. That would rinse out all that. On your refrigerator, if you have water in the door, you're going to need to run that. This unit does not. It only has an ice maker in the freezer. The way to winterize that is you'll just run a couple sets of cubes through, so you'll want to go inside, make sure your ice maker is turned on. This one is off. There's usually inside the door, there'll be a push button to turn it on. We'll go into that and we'll turn on our ice maker. We'll let it make a couple things of ice, throw them away, and you're good to go. Now that you have successfully rinsed all your lines out, you can decide to either fill your tanks or not. It's up to you. Everything's ready to go. You can go back outside, switch your valve to city fill your tanks up, and you're ready to go on vacation. It's recommended every year to replace the cartridge in your filter. You would do that by shutting off your valve here, taking off your cartridge, putting a filter in it, reinstalling it, opening it back up, and your water will be safe to use. At this point, we're going to go ahead and switch it back to tank fill. We are going to fill the tanks on this unit. You will hear the water rushing through. You know your tanks are filling. Once your tanks are full, you shut your water source off, unhook it, reel your hose back in, and you're ready to go.